What's going on? It's Fist bringing you the news like I do, and we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. Halo 4. I mean, I have a lot to say about that. Black Ops 2. There's so much information going on. I want to cover. I want to cover a lot about that. I mean, there's just tons of information that I want to pass on to you guys what I'm feeling and see if you guys are feeling the same thing I'm feeling, right? So, anyways, it all started this morning when IGN dropped the review, right? They dropped the review on Halo 4. So Halo 4 dropped this review. They gave Halo 4 a 9.8. Ryan McCaffrey did this whole big video and this huge review on Halo 4, and he said it was the best Xbox Live game ever. He said all this stuff about Halo, like it was like the next coming of Jesus Christ or something. So I was like, are you kidding me? You did most of your review. 9.8 was the majority of your review was on single player. I mean, Hip Hop Gamer, before this review came out, was talking about how IGN is just a bunch of journalists and they hype up games and they somewhat have a biased opinion with, maybe money involved being pushed their way from Microsoft and so on. So to me, I really don't care in that situation, but in some sense, I agree with what Hip Hop Gamer is saying in the sense of how the games are reviewed and how big corporate games are given like high ratings regardless of how, if they're bad or not. And I'm not saying Halo 4 by no means is a bad single player game, but you just can't base your 9.8, 70% or 80% of your review on single player. It's just impossible to do that in my eyes as a gamer. I just don't see it. I just can't believe it. So I went on Twitter. I was like, "Yo, this is bullshit, man. You can't be giving the game 9.8 just off the majority review on a single player campaign." So somebody tweeted back at me. They were like, "Yo, check out GameSpot. GameSpot is doing a review on uh, Halo 4 multiplayer with T Squared. T Squared is an MLG Pro player for Halo series." And so I started watching it and listening to him. Because, if you're not a, aficionado or someone who's played the game for a long time like these guys, they really break it down to you if you're a true first-person shooter guy, and then they explain to some of the stuff, like he was saying, like how you hit somebody, and you can have an option to, like, double hit them or jump back, hit, and then shoot them in their face with the rocket packets, and then they have this boost move. And he was just breaking it all down, and he was playing really smooth, and the multiplayer looked awesome, and it had a bunch of new weapons, and the machine gun looked pretty deadly. So I was really starting to get into it. I wasn't really a component or in favor of Halo 4 multiplayer. I mean, or Halo multiplayer at all because I wasn't feeling it. NASA tried to get me into it in Reach. I tried many a times to play the beta and really get into it. I just wasn't feeling it. So when you had like these pro players, they explained how they played and everything like that, and it made the game look so much easier and fun. I mean, it really made me want to challenge myself because, Halo 4 in essence is a more strategic, harder game to play because it's more gun-based gameplay, and the reticle is not centered. It's like if you see the reticle in the middle of your screen, that's why people can head glitch. But in Halo, the reticle is a little bit down lower. So when the guy comes up and he wants to shoot over object, he has to come up over something to shoot. So I mean, to me, it's a very challenging first-person shooter game. And when I seen this, I was like, I don't know. I'm on the fence still about it, but I'm seriously going to consider purchasing it. Now that goes on to that news. I think that I'm going to get to the end of it where I think after I talk about Black Ops and how that's going to relate down the road and my predictions of how that's going to change based on what I've seen today and the last couple of days. Now, as you know, Halo 4 is going to be coming out November 6th, and it's really right around the corner, and MLG is really going to kick it off with the Halo 4 tournament at MLG Dallas. So you really get to see this game and how they play it right off the bat. So I'm excited about that because I'm more excited about Halo 4 competitive than I am about Call of Duty, but maybe Black Ops 2 will change that because, Treyarch is really making a push to make it, more competitive style of gameplay. Now it's only like five. It's yeah this weekend, and it's only until November 6th that it'll be released. What's really crazy about Halo 4 is, and the rest of these games that that are really hot commodities, is usually you'll see them getting leaked around, and somebody will have copies of the game and so on and so forth. But as it stands right now, there's less than 150 people online playing multiplayer for Halo 4. So really, Microsoft's put the clamps on getting that game early. You would think you'd see that game out like everywhere and everybody would be playing it already, but that's not the case. There's only like maybe 200 people online that are playing this game. So what that tells me is that they really are really going to support the game and push it, and they're in it to win it, because at the end of Ryan McCaffrey's review of Halo 4, he said that they basically gave 343 a blank check to compete against Call of Duty and the rest of the first-person genre, and it's 343's first game out. So if you're getting 9.8 reviews and everybody's liking your game, and you really focused on supporting the game, it better succeed, or there's going to be some heads rolling and there's going to be some cuts, because Microsoft did write a blank check for this game. So they went all out, and if this game doesn't happen, there's going to be some cuts. I mean, to me, if they would cut the price by $10 to $15 or even free to play, they could actually put Call of Duty out of business. And that leads me into my next segue. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Now we've seen the trailer release. I want to talk about that in the trailer. I'm gonna do that next, but that's very interesting. I want to talk about the new map, Nuketown, and the gameplay with that. So I'm gonna be talking about that. But Black Ops 2, if you don't know, has basically arrived in every single place that's going to sell it, which is kind of odd to me that you wouldn't see that for Halo 4. I mean, just 2 weeks ago, I mean, it was this week, I think it arrived at every place like Walmart's and so on and so forth, big stores, GameStop, things like that nature. And then the week before that, it arrived in like Slovakia, where they were selling it on the eBay type Slovakia websites. And the game is being leaked out. I mean, I can show you pictures right here. You can see these couple of pictures. I mean, the game is out there. I don't know where it's at, but I don't suspect seeing people waiting as long as they waited for Halo. I mean, Halo, it's like 2 more days, and then Tuesday it comes out. So if you don't get it like today or the next day, overnight at 2, or by Monday, you're gonna have to wait in line like everybody else, which is crazy, because every other time I've ever seen everybody already have Halo. So I don't know, maybe everybody will get it masses by Monday or Friday. I'm just assuming that. I don't know, but it's just crazy. Maybe there's more demand for Black Ops 2. And the thing about Black Ops 2, and what I want to say how it relates to Halo 4 is this. Halo 4 multiplayer is more challenging and more competitive. And the way I look at it like this is like a little kid could say, well, I can get 100 score and do this and do that and do this and this and that in Call of Duty. And then the other kid would say to him, well, I could do that too. So how does that differentiate the two kids from each other? It really doesn't. But then when you go to Halo 4 and the kid says, I could do this and I could do this and I could do that to his friend, and then his friend says, I can't. Then when you say I can't, then the tide shifts where all these people move over to a Halo Type 4 game. I didn't think it was possible until I seen T Squared playing the multiplayer on GameSpot videos. And I suspect you should watch MLG this weekend, because this game is more based on gun-on-gun gameplay than Call of Duty is. Now with the Pick 10 system, I know why they scrapped the system they were going to use comparative to the Pick 10 system, because the Pick 10 system, and when I was watching Halo 4 and T-Score was showing how they can switch this fast between weapons, and then they took out the secondary weapon to where you could add in swap, and then I will show you how to be the expert on the Pick 10, and how Dan Bunning's Pick 10 system relates to the Halo system. And that's why they changed the system. It wasn't because of freedom. I know they found out about the Halo 4 system and they implemented it in their own way for Black Ops 2. Now, what I'm going to surmise is this, is that by January and February, people will get tired of Black Ops, Call of Duty. I'm assuming that. And then they're going to be looking around, and then their friends, it's going to be like a slow migration to Halo 4 by January, February, which is going to be awesome because you know the game's going to go down after Christmas. I wouldn't say by much, but you could probably get a discount, and then you're going to see a lot more people saying, look at these videos, look at these gameplays, and you can start appreciating. That's another thing about Halo 4. When you play Halo 4, it's almost like Modern Warfare 2, whereas you can get a gameplay on Halo 4, and people are going to want to watch your video because even though it's not MLG Pro style, it's still competitive in the fact that people are not. It's more skill-based game. They're going to watch your video to get better. And that was the same thing with Modern Warfare 2. People really didn't understand. It was a huge change, and so they would watch your videos to get better. Whereas now, like Halo's, like Call of Duty's, like whatever. The only thing that they could give you that advantage is over Halo 4 is the Pick 10 system, which people would watch that. And that's why I put that on my channel, Expert of Pick 10. That's the only thing that's going to matter. Once that's done and everybody figures everything out, that's it. January, February, I'm hoping it lasts longer than that. I hope it's picked up by MLG. But if I was Call of Duty in the Call of Duty series, I would be worried about Halo 4's multiplayer. It's more challenging. It's more word of mouth. It's going to have a longer longevity. 343 Studios is going to support it way beyond making a game every other year. So this could be very devastating come February and January for that fact alone. Now people say, oh, well, because of Call of Duty's got zombies, and then it'll be #1 on the Xbox Live playlist because of that. I beg to differ after February, maybe the first 3 months, but you're going to start to see Halo 4 multiplayer gradually catch up to that fact, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Now, once people have vested time in the Halo 4 and we come up to November and they're still supporting it with 343 Studios, I mean, how many people want to give up that much work to go to the next Call of Duty after they've made the transition in January or February? I mean, it's a very, very shaky ground right now. And I mean, people are not going to say it or see it right now, but down the road it's going to happen. That's my prediction. Even though zombies is attached to Black Ops, I mean, it's a big selling point, but I don't think it's going to have the longevity and challenge as the Halo 4 would. But I'm still going to. I think I'm going to play both games and give you my honest opinion, and I'm really looking forward to Halo 4. I'm really looking forward to Black Ops 2. I wouldn't be surprised. The games are being sold as I speak right now in the United States, in the world. Everybody's got their grimy little hands on it, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see like bazillion videos on well, obviously you're going to see a bazillion videos the first day because everybody's going to have the first player campaign done. The zombies like level 50 already day 1. So who knows all that shit you're going to see. What I'm trying to say, and the main point of this whole video is that, Halo 4, I underestimated the multiplayer. Now, I really don't care about single player, and I don't care about Call of Duty single player. That to me is just a given. I care about the multiplayer. And the one thing that Call of Duty has over Halo is it's the #1 modern warfighter shooter out there. Like today we can relate to modern military weapons. It's not really challenging Halo, so they're really two different first-person shooter games, and eventually one is a little bit more challenging than the other. Halo 4 is a little bit more gun-on-gun, more challenging game than this modern shooter. Do you want to play that game? I don't know. It's got vehicles. It's kind of like World at War. If they got rid of the... I'm sure there's game types where you don't have vehicles in it, but, that's the challenge. You got zombies in this game. I mean, how long is that going to last? And that's the thing. So this is a great time for us, the gamers. But I just want you, don't overlook Halo 4's multiplayer, especially if you have a competitive nature and you're a true first-person shooter. I really wanted Medal of Honor to be good, but to be honest with you, it just the multiplayer was horrible. I'm not gonna deny it. Look, I like what was it? Not Frontlines, but the Homefront. That was a good multiplayer, but just nobody really caught on to that. But this is the thing. I think that Halo 4 has some great weapons. It has some great perks like Call of Duty. It's not totally Call of Duty, but Call of Duty isn't totally Halo 4. And that's the thing. I mean, you're going to I think, like I said, a lot of people are going to gradually move over to Halo 4 come January, February. That's my prediction. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed those little pictures and the screen. Until next time, it's your boy Fizz. Peace. I'm out.